In college I bought a girlfriend. As long as she stayed with me, I covered all her expenses. This poor top student came whenever I called. Stayed with me without dignity for 4 years. Later my family went bankrupt. When we broke up she was still cold. Did not say a single word to make me stay. Then I worked as a waiter in a hotel to pay off debts. She became a female CEO and had a celebrity boyfriend. She asked me if I regretted it. I said no. After so many years since graduation, I never expected to meet Emily again like this. At the reception I kept my head down, afraid she would see my face. Emily, what are you doing standing there? Bureau Chief Tom pointed to a box of wine and smiled. Help me carry this wine to the banquet hall. I quickly agreed, grabbed the wine and walked away as fast as I could, hoping she had not recognized me. The lighting was not very bright after all. Bureau Chief Tom made small talk intentionally or not. Emily stared blankly at the direction of the hotel entrance. After a long while she snapped back to reality. Asked Bureau Chief Tom what he said. Bureau Chief Tom followed her gaze. Said, Emily, you seem troubled, something reminded you of the past. In Emily mind the silhouette of that back appeared and disappeared. She deliberately slowed her pace, thinking that after he delivered the wine he would come back. She waited until she entered the hotel but did not see him. Bureau Chief Tom asked, where did that employee who carried the wine in just now go? Supervisor Mike was startled. Said, you mean Jack? Emily fingers trembled slightly. Said, yes. Strange, he was just here, where did he go? Hearing that name, Emily expression completely lost control. She said, please ask him not to leave work yet. After the banquet ends I have something to find him. Mike instinctively lowered his voice, thinking how could a low-level employee under him and a billionaire high above ever be connected. Emily added, I see he works efficiently. I want him to run an errand for me later. Mike thought so, she just needs a runner. He picked up his walkie-talkie and said, Jack, there is a situation today. You can only leave after you get the notice. I was hiding in the bathroom. Hearing Mike's words I felt something was off. I said, Supervisor, I cannot go home too late today. Mike cut me off, leave early tomorrow, you do not have to come. A guest specifically asked for you, and it is someone neither of us can afford to offend. I was speechless, payday was coming. I was waiting for the money to buy medicine for my mother early. How could I not come to work? But who was this big shot? The uncertainty made me anxious. I stayed until around 11. I saw Bureau Chief Tom and the others drunk walking out of the elevator, but did not see Emily. When I returned to the lobby, Mike warned me to be observant. Whatever I was asked to do, just do it without asking. If I offended the guest, the boss would come after me first. In the hotel room, Emily had drunk a little. She opened the curtains and stood by the floor-to-ceiling window, overlooking the neon-lit city, but still could not see the direction of home. Right, she had no home. A year ago she had sent her father to prison, and sent her mother and younger brother who came to the company to make trouble to the police station. After doing all that, her heart felt no waves, just felt the world had become quiet. When she was very young, she wanted to leave that home. As a child, her grandmother mysteriously unwrapped many layers of tissue paper and gave her a piece of rock candy, but before she could enjoy it, her younger brother snatched it away. He did not eat it either, said it was dirty, threw it on the ground and crushed it with his shoe. At 7 years old she came home from school, washed the whole family clothes, clumsily made a meal, but her mother complained the rice was too hard, cursed and took her father and younger brother out to eat. At 11, when she started middle school, her younger brother got 30 yuan a week for allowance. She got 5 yuan a week. She could not afford the school rice, so she bought a bunch of steamed buns from a street stall and filled her backpack. In freshman year, when no one could find her parents went to her school entrance and made a scene. That night she actually went up to the rooftop. Afraid of causing trouble for the school, she held on one more day. The next day, on her way to find a reservoir, that notorious playboy found her again. She did not actually need to take his money. If she had been allowed to date, she would have wanted to be with him long ago. He always seemed to shine, but she still took his money, neither giving it to her family nor spending it. She stayed with him for 3 years. The happiness was brief, even though she knew she was just a commodity. When he really treated her like one, it still hurt her. She did not dare to ask, did not dare to speak, did not dare to get jealous. He disappeared for a while. When they met again, he said he had a new girlfriend and did not want her anymore. She carefully took out all her savings. It was all the money he had given her. She did not want his money. She wanted him, but he did not even look at it. For 3 years meant nothing in his eyes. In college I bought a girlfriend. As long as she stayed with me, I covered all her expenses. This poor top student came whenever I called. Stayed with me without dignity for 4 years. Later my family went bankrupt. When we broke up she was still cold. Did not say a single word to make me stay. Then I worked as a waiter in a hotel to pay off debts. She became a female CEO. Emily heard I was working at this hotel and wanted to see me. Emily raised her arm slightly. The blue tattoo contrasted with her fair skin. This was the mark I had given her. She had it carved on the first day after we broke up. She wanted to remember that pain, to never let herself forget. The boy was even more hateful than her parents. He gave her all the hope and then stripped it away bit by bit. Just then a knock came at the door. Emily casually grabbed a tissue and wiped her eyes, then walked over and opened the door. Time seemed to stand still at that moment. Her stare made me uneasy. I looked away, asked where I should put my luggage. Emily stepped aside to let me in, said anywhere. I placed the suitcase by the headboard, then turned to leave. When she saw I was really going, Emily's cold voice came from behind, said help me get some hot water. I need to wash my feet. I carefully put a disposable cover on the foot basin. First brought warm water to the sofa. Emily turned around, crossed her legs and sat on the sofa. Said you are too tall, it is annoying. Crouched down a bit. I hesitated several times, but considering the job I bent down, like a knight about to kiss a princess hand. Emily's eyes swept over my throat and Adam apple, over my white shirt. Not much different from before, but the spirit and pride from university days were gone. Humble now, and more mature than before. Emily could not help but sneer. Said it seems you have not been doing well these past few years. Your family went bankrupt. A few years had passed and I no longer had that former pride. I nodded slightly. Said my father had some business problems. Luckily he had legally divorced my mother beforehand. Otherwise my mother and I would not even have a place to live. Emily only knew that this boy came from a wealthy family, could buy whatever he wanted and play whatever he wanted. His bank balance had always been 7 figures. She asked how much do I earn per month now. I paused and said $1,000. Emily said with a hint of sarcasm. I remember back then my monthly allowance was over $1 million. This salary is not enough for me to go clubbing once, or give a single tip. I did not know how to respond to such topics. My legs were also a bit numb. I quietly shifted to support myself on the other foot. Emily asked with just over $1,000. What exactly do you do? I said follow the client needs. Just help clients W. It's some trivial matters. Emily asked does washing my feet count as trivial? I paused and said I can do anything for you. Emily laughed, almost laughed out tears, said the once high and mighty young master is now willing to wash my feet. If that is the case then what am I waiting for? She laughed and then stared intently at my face. I took a deep breath, placed her feet in the water. Emily said the water is hot, and kicked my shoulder with her foot. Caught off guard, I sat down on the carpet. Her oppressive gesture made my fingers curl when they touched the carpet, but I quickly calmed down. She had washed my feet countless times. I owed her this. I wiped the water off my face with my sleeve. Said I will try again, it should not be hot anymore. I lowered my head again looking serious, which made Emily inexplicably angry, even more intense than before. Emily put her feet back into the basin. Said I see you are uncomfortable kneeling on one knee. Would two knees be more comfortable? I did not look up and said not uncomfortable. Emily said right. $1,000 salary really does not deserve kneeling service. I will pay you more. She took her bag and pulled out a thick stack of cash. About 10,000. Raised her hand and threw it in my face. Money scattered everywhere. Some on the floor. Some fell into the basin. I still kept my head down focused on washing her feet. Emily then took out credit cards and bank cards from her bag. Threw them all at me. I shook my hands dry. Emily said not enough. Name a price. I picked up all the money and cards she had thrown, turned around and placed them on the coffee table. Emily chest heaved, slowly calming down. I cupped her feet and wrapped them in a towel. Emily said you are not him anymore. I said people change. Emily asked are you married? I carefully moved her feet to the sofa. Said dating is easy but marriage is hard, especially in this city. It is not easy to find a woman willing to spend her life with you. Emily asked what about your girlfriend? I then realized she was referring to the fake one I invented when we broke up. I said she never existed. I just made her up because I wanted to break up with you. It is late. You should rest. I need to leave now. I straightened up and was about to leave when my phone rang. Emily said in a tone that brooked no argument answer it here. I pressed the answer button. Immediately a woman's angry voice filled the entire room. Said what do you mean? I have been with you for months. You blocked me without a word. Even if you cannot accept the marriage conditions can we not keep talking? Do you have any manners? I never expected it to be Lisa. Someone I had no feelings for. Blocking her was already the most indirect rejection. Yet she called me from another number. And what did she mean by being with her for months? From the blind date to discussing marriage I had been proper. At most holding hands. Lisa vented for a while, then calmed down a bit. Said my bottom line is not living with elders. Everything else is negotiable. I did not want to keep arguing. Said what a coincidence my bottom line is that I must live with elders. I have something urgent talk later. I hung up and blocked her again. Emily said you are in such a state and still have time to date. That is one thing that has not changed. Play until you are bored then kick them away. Calling you trash would be generous. I said she was a blind date. I never touched her. I really have to go. I need to buy medicine for my mother. Emily walked up to me, reached out and grabbed my tie, pulled my head down a bit, said you can only leave when I say you can leave. I said my coworkers know I am here, this will affect my reputation. Eily said I sent my own parents to jail. Do you think I care about your so-called reputation? She let go, tilted my chin up with her finger, said stay with me for one night. How much should I pay you?